On January 12, 2019, my husband and I were driving on a major highway to a location in the next state. The temps were below zero, and the roads, while wet, were not very treacherous. We did observe that all of the semi-truck drivers were driving at least 20 miles per hour faster than we were. As we approached the next highway exit, I considered asking my spouse to turn around and return home. A car slammed us from behind just as I opened my mouth to implore my husband to turn around and go home. Our automobile veered to the right, almost off the road and into a ditch. I stood on the side of the road as we lost control of the automobile, wondering how serious this accident would be. My husband eventually recovered control, but the car veered to the left and back into the highway, towards traffic. Bam! A semi-truck struck us again. It appeared to be the identical thing that hit us just now. The hit this time was to the driver's side door. We were now looking at the grille of a white Freightliner semi-truck. The motorist did not come to a halt. The motorist did not appear to be responding to our honking or the accident noise. My spouse was terrified, and I was terrified. I leaned over him and urgently honked the horn to warn the truck driver. The truck would not stop. We thought we were going to die after being pushed a mile. We were not exactly in the center of the truck's grill when it T-boned our automobile. The driver was the only thing keeping the driver from pushing us on and on. My husband used the brakes in an attempt to free our automobile from the semi-truck, and it worked. We observed the full side of this vehicle pass our car as it twisted out 180 degrees towards traffic. We eventually wound ourselves behind the back semi-truck wheel. We'd been run over by a semi-wheel. Trucks. After the first shock, I was concerned about how horrible this was going to be and what would happen to us. Then the accident got worse when we got caught and pushed by a semi-truck driver who was completely clueless of what was happening. My mind began running through checks as soon as I knew I had a slim chance of survival. I was saying my final goodbyes to my mom and relatives. I considered how they would cope without me. Will my son be looked after? I weighed my options and accepted my fate. I expressed my gratitude to everyone in my life for sharing their experiences and time with me. I knew there was nothing I could do about it, so I accepted what I couldn't change. In effect, I detached myself from my earthly relationships. My spouse is an excellent driver who thinks logically under pressure. We escaped from the vehicle, but as swiftly as the light of optimism appeared, it was extinguished. We noticed the truck, and I watched in slow time as our automobile went beneath it. It was like viewing a movie frame by frame. We were almost certainly going to die. My consciousness sank into my body as I sensed myself. It felt as if all sight and consciousness were converging into a colorless pinhole. Then I was in a location that wasn't completely dark. I was aware of this space that resembled a NASA photograph of a galaxy. It appeared to be a white light with a rainbow of colors pulsating from it. This was what I recognized as source, which was a conscious knowing source. From the bigger white light source, starlights orbited in this region in a logical manner. I was present and composed of aware light. There were many other cognizant stars about, but only a handful interacted with me. I recall saying that this sight was wonderful. Yes, this is home, said one of the luminous beings. This is awareness. This is the source. There was some debate over what it means to be on the terrestrial plane, how we interact with others, and what memories and energy we leave behind. I felt really at ease and realized that the most essential thing in this environment was love. I received the impression that I had previously dealt with at least one of these sentient lights. As I tried to make sense of what was spoken to me, I realized that I should be doing my best to live here on Earth with understanding and love. I know that all energy is still present and is not annihilated. I know that pieces of our consciousness have been on previous voyages. All of this filled my awareness, and I had clarity in an instant. There was no such thing as linear time. Since this happened only a few weeks ago, I'm still working through everything I've learned, which is proving difficult. 3 primary aware beings communicated with me. One being appeared to be more experienced than the others, and he appeared to be more concerned in communicating with me and assisting me. Of course, I returned here with my spouse. Following the automobile accident, 3 individuals on the roadside assisted us in getting to safety. One of these individuals had walked into oncoming traffic to assist us. He motioned with his hands for oncoming cars to stop. I am grateful for the opportunity to spend time with individuals I care about and to do my best to help others whenever feasible.